Got about 15 minutes? Let's spend that time learning a few landscape lighting technical tips. In this session, we will talk about lumens, beam angles or beam spread, and the color of light used in landscape lighting. We'll also understand the difference between the good, better, best of landscape lighting and the value of integrated LED landscape lighting fixtures. We'll start with information on the way we measure brightness, lumens. Lumens are a measurement of the total amount of light emitted by a source. That source could be a light bulb or an integrated luminaire. Remember, wattage has nothing to do with light output. It only measures the amount of energy consumed. Lumens is the metric to understand. As you can see from these two landscape light bulbs, the incandescent lamp on the left produces roughly the same amount of light as the LED lamp on the right. The LED lamp, however, uses considerably less electricity to do the same job. These three examples are the lumen output of a Kirchler variable light output accent light. At one setting, the output is 100 lumens, the next 200, and the highest setting 300 lumens. More lumens means more or brighter light. The second size of the Kirchler VLO produces 400, 600, and 835 lumens respectively. Remember, lumens are a measurement of the brightness of light. For residential lighting, beam angle is important to only two types of lighting products: recessed ceiling cans and landscape lighting. Let's understand what that means. Beam angle, sometimes called beam spread, is a measurement of the angle of light. It is determined by finding the point where the strongest measured light at the center has moved out and diminished to 50%. That 50% line indicates the angle of the beam. While beam angle is important, it is crucial to remember that it is a trade-off. A narrow concentration of light will result in a dense amount of light that travels farther, while wider beams will consist of less light and will not reach as far. Those differences are employed in different ways. Narrow beams can reach the top of very tall trees and corners of tall buildings. Wide beams fill broad areas in plantings such as shrubs and bushes with light. The medium spread light is used for almost everything else and remains the most popular. Integrated accent lights will always deliver the beam angle stated on the spec sheet. That is why these are the superior landscape lighting products. Unfortunately, many of the standard incandescent landscape lighting fixtures alter the beam angle because of the slender nature of the design. Let's explain what that means. A wide beam angle delivers a large pool of light across a broad but shallow space. The expanse is a desirable design feature for many lighting applications. Now, let's place that wide beam into a conventional incandescent landscape lighting fixture. As you can see, the fixture blocks a large portion of the light. The result is a narrow slice of light, not at all what was designed or expected. With an integrated fixture, the beam spread promised is the beam spread delivered. Selecting the correct color of light in landscape environments is vitally important. This section will provide some suggestions. This stone paver, gravel surround, and plant are illuminated with 5 different colors of LED light. 2400 provides a warm glow that brings out the nuances found in the stone paver, but the foliage alongside appears bland and barely alive. Conversely, the plants jump out under the 4000 and 5000 K light but the paver looks stark and penitentiary-like. Now look at the 2700 and the 3000. The 2700 adds warmth when needed for architecture and some trees, and the 3000K provides the crispness required by cooler elements such as the plants and foliage. Now, with that overview in mind, we'll answer the question, which color of light do I use where? This is a rough listing of things you might be lighting outside and how to divide them. 2700K will work better when illuminating traditional architecture, most trees, decks, wood elements, and stonework. 3000K will better service more contemporary architecture, white decks, water features, and shrubs. One or the other will be preferred on yard art, depending on the material used. Some trees, especially pines, will look much better under even bluer light than 3000K. Now it's time for a quiz. Which color of LED light would you use to illuminate this residence? Because of its warm brick and cedar colored siding, 2700 will work best here. What about this sleek contemporary glass and concrete home? The 3000K light will accentuate the whites, and the surrounding greens of the palms will be bolder and brighter. What about a water feature? 3000K will work better here. Water is clear, and the bluer 3000 Kelvin will work much better. Lastly, what do you think about these deciduous trees? There could be a difference of opinion here. That is to be expected. 2700, because in the north, this tree will be green in the second half of the spring and summer. It will be orange and brown the rest of the year. Now, if you are in a warmer climate where the leaves will have a longer lifespan, or you'd like to use this tree as a feature and none of the color will spill over onto the traditional architecture, 3000 would certainly work and bring out a lot of depth in the green. With the introduction of LED, lighting has driven down two paths: integrated and the use of drop-in LED light bulbs. There are many levels of LED. Contrasting incandescent, where there was only one light bulb, you can buy a variety of LED solutions. We'll now enter a good, better, and best tier of LED. At the base level is the good option. This is going to be a retrofit LED light bulb. There are a number of unknowns here. Color quality will be based on lamp selection. That means it could be good, maybe bad. Unless you know how to read the carton, you may be unsatisfied. Light output can also be in question. Again, it will be based on lamp selection. Perhaps it will be good, maybe bad. Life expectancy is always an unknown with LED light bulbs. Expectancy is based on heat. If you increase the heat, you decrease life. LED light bulbs are tested outside of a lighting fixture. When you place them inside a fixture, the heat rises and the life decreases. You just never know how long it will last, unless, of course, you know how hot your fixture is. We, however, need LED light bulbs to help us transition to fully integrated lighting. Initially, we did not think we could get the large lumen amounts out of these small packages, but there have been some advancements in heat-resistant LED. With that in mind, Kichler has developed a line of better-than-average LED lamps. Combined with an incandescent fixture, this becomes the entry-level landscape lighting option. The middle, or better level, is an integrated product with LED that may be of secondary quality or performance. They might also be simply an older version of LED. It could be manufactured by a quality supplier, but is a bit less efficacious than their premier models. They may pay less attention to color. You never know, and you might need to ask more questions here. Luckily for landscape lighting, many of the issues that would cause problems for interior lighting are not a factor outdoors, and especially with a low voltage lighting line. To fill the need for something better, Kichler has created an integrated LED landscape light constructed well, but with limited bells and whistles. This is a hard-working and well-built middle option. At the top of the list is the best. This means an integrated LED product using premier LEDs. Typically, this will be a DC-based LED with a driver. Close attention will be paid to color, with top inspections of color temperature and color rendering, and a tight binning or tolerance. Because of all of these tests, there will also be verifiable life because the LED is built into the fixture. The best is more likely to be manufactured by a reputable manufacturer, so you can rely on their reputation. Yes, the price is likely to be higher, but for a very good reason. Kichler's best is the VLO series. Premium LED is used with the highest possible fixture construction. VLO allows for 3 different lumen options. This is the top of the line in landscape lighting. Right now, many integrated lighting fixtures are a touch more expensive, and there are still people who worry about the inability to change light bulbs. Let's review some of the benefits to integrated. Integrated LED is watertight. That is not the case with drop-in incandescent fixtures. Integrated LED lighting delivers the exact reported amount of light each time. There is substantial output degradation on incandescent lighting fixtures. Integrated LED lighting delivers the reported amount of longevity each time because the whole fixture is tested, not just the light bulb, in a big room without any confinements. Integrated LED lighting optics can be designed to deliver clean, pure pools of consistent light. We've seen the beam angle loss in incandescent fixtures. Integrated LED lighting is equipped with power surge protection, especially important if you live in an area prone to surges or lightning strikes. Integrated LED lighting provides a high level of color quality backed by minimal tolerance variations. The color of light bulbs depends upon the quality of lamp installed. Integrated LED lighting prepares the home and the homeowner for the future. If the client is considering a home automation system, the integrated LED will be better suited for the future. In this recording, we talked about lumens, beam angles, and the color of light used in landscape lighting. We also explained the difference between good, better, and best landscape lighting and the value of integrated LED landscape lighting fixtures. Eventually, all lighting will be LED. Landscape lighting is one of the first residential systems to make that transition, and it is preparing us for a new future.